Hi, I'm Atlas. I'm trying to decide if I like this, if I like a camera in my face, because I'm debating if I should venture into this new life where I share more of my journey, where I become more open, transparent. I feel like I have very little fear left, but the fear that I have is around people, around being judged, of being, of being, of finding myself alone, of being abandoned, and perhaps also of being labeled as a really crazy person. But then it takes a crazy person to create good content. So and I'm really embracing all the quirks and weird edges of myself that historically I've problematized in an attempt to fit into conventions, fit into how other people do it. And I don't feel like I want to do that anymore. I'm really willing to that, sacrifice conformity. Not that I've had a lot, but I'm really ready to let go of this. And I feel ready to do that now because I feel actually happy living my life. And my life right now is very solitary. I don't have a lot of people in my life that reach out to me, that I hang out with, that I would call present friends in my life. I definitely have a lot of friends, but they are typically spread out in different places that I've had as bases in my life. So there's I have some really good friends in Sweden that I love. That's also where my family, or the Nordics, my sister is in Denmark. Um, Spain, I have a little bit. Portugal as well. Less because I didn't spend so much time there. My cat is in Portugal and my van, so I feel that it's yeah. I'm a little unsure at the moment what these places will these places and also these people from my past, which role they have to play. I have had the notion of, well, let's bring it all together. But not only is that quite naive, but also perhaps not necessary. They are there and they are doing their things perfectly happy. My journey has taken me away from that, and it's okay. So I'm letting go. Of my past. It doesn't matter. I'm grateful for it because it shaped me, but I don't want to spend time in the past. If the past wants to visit me in the moment, I'm welcome to that. But for my sanity and my work, I have to disattach. What does it mean to disattach? Well, what comes to mind is that I've had this, as I mentioned, this this hunger to unite, to take all the ingredients of my past and make a perfect soup in the moment. There's a level of forcing there, even if it's subtle, that I find is not helpful here. The past still feels easy in comparison to the future. I strongly believe that the future is set and there are variations of futures, different stories. It wouldn't be a fun game if at least there was not the illusion, not the illusion that there is free will. But somehow free will is, if you have the human design that I have as a sacral authority generator, the recommended strategy is to just sit back and respond, and to respond based on what the gut says. So the free will, what is that even? If I'm sitting back here and life is serving me a stream of stimuli that I can choose to act on, then free will is then whether or not I act or not, which again, the recommendation is to listen to the gut, the figurative gut, the gut feeling that can manifest in, I assume, different ways in the body. It's this feeling of just knowing that this is the right thing, and knowing that I've had a few times for example, when I realized that there's a community around contact improvisation, after being really hooked by it and wanting to do it every time I dance an ecstatic dance, which I've done for 10 years. But once I learned that there's a community around contact, well, I just knew that my life would not be the same again. There's some kind of knowing also in how to do it. I find that I do all these things on the dance floor with other bodies. I do them based on some knowing, not based on training, not based on taking classes where I'm instructed how to do. So this knowing sort of overrides the need for free will, because will is a construct of the mind. It's wanting something. desiring something, craving something. Whereas this very powerful analogy, simplification still, but that if you sit back in the moment, especially as a generator, I'm not so sure about the other human designs, but as a generator, if I sit back and I imagine that life is a movie that my consciousness is watching, then the will of free will is the mind trying to help this, well, Anthony, this fantastic Buddhist teacher that runs the Vipassana Center here on Koh Phangan, he refers to it as the body process, the mind and the body together. So the mind tries to help the body process to get by, to thrive. And the body has its needs. And the body and the mind tries to serve the body. But the mind and the body are part of the movie. A movie that is unfolding for us generators with very little need for intervention. The intervention that seems to be necessary is to be so in touch with the body mind process, but perhaps mostly the body, to read the signals of the gut feeling, to guide you in the crossroads of life where you find yourself needing to choose a path. Free will. I suspect that it can work differently for manifestors. That free will plays a different function. Makes me really curious about what my sister has as a profile. I would not be surprised if she's a manifestor. symbolically as we grew up. She has always known what she wants and she just goes for it, no matter what. And it's so inspiring, or it has been so inspiring to see, but also frustrating because I have not been able to do the same. And of course, now I understand why. That the default programming of our society, our culture, our educational system, our capitalistic system, our secular countries is not well informed. It's designed for a manifesting, hustling way of getting things done. It's obsessed in doing. It's obsessed with outcome. And if 70% of humans are generators, then that's a problem. I do like the camera. I don't like staring into it necessarily. But it feels nice that my words are captured. Even if I live my life with as few words as possible, I believe that they have tremendous power if we use them with caution, if we don't pollute the space with them. That's me. Thank you for listening.